We do want to start with the latest on the coronavirus outbreak. While the former epicenter, New York City, marks a major milestone, no new reported COVID deaths on Saturday. New cases are on the rise in 37 other states.
Yeah, the Sun Belt states hit especially hard with serious concerns about hospitals now being overwhelmed. Florida set a record over the weekend for the most daily cases any state has had so far.
We're going to hear from Miami's mayor in just a moment, but first, Victor Oquendo starts us off there with the very latest for us. Good morning, Victor.
Good morning, Amy. The governor's office once again pointing to increased testing as the state sets that staggering record. The ICU here at Coral Gables Hospital, it's at capacity according to one of Florida's tracking websites. At last check, it's one of at least 35 hospitals across the state where there are no ICU beds available.
This morning, COVID-19 infections skyrocketing across the country. Florida shattering the record for the highest daily increase of any state with 15,300, easily surpassing earlier single-day case numbers set by California and New York, about 2 months after Florida's governor said this.
Everyone in the media was saying Florida was going to be like New York or Italy, and that has not happened.
Over the weekend, Governor DeSantis touting Florida's broad testing capabilities.
So we've tested 2.4 million people. That is 1 for every 9 people in the state of Florida. So it'd be interesting to see what other things have been tested at this level, in our country in modern times.
Despite rising cases, phased reopening continues. Disney World welcoming guests back at their Magic Kingdom and Animal Kingdom parks. Mandatory temperature checks for visitors. Face masks are required, except when eating or swimming. Hand sanitizing stations are located throughout. They're facing a testing crisis in Arizona. Lags in available testing concerning local officials, some taking weeks to get back.
This week, we did almost 2,000 people. So we know there's a demand and we're just trying to keep up.
In Mississippi, hospitals are overwhelmed, some sending patients out of state because there's simply no room. 5 of the state's biggest hospitals reporting they had no more ICU beds.
Many days in the last few weeks, we have had more patients than we have had rooms.
The virus showing no signs of slowing down across many states in America.
We do expect deaths to go up. If you have more cases, more hospitalizations, we do expect to see that over the next 2 or 3 weeks before this turns around.
As cases surge in California, Dr. Louis Tran, who traveled to New York City in the spring to volunteer at hard-hit Elmhurst Hospital Center in Queens, warning that while they've had time to prepare in California, the hospital system could get overwhelmed.
There's a lot of fear and trepidation among my staff and among the hospital in general. But again, we have the opportunity to prepare ourselves, and we are doing it. Despite that, a lot of us are still nervous that the surge will eventually outstrip our resources.
And in Michigan, health officials saying several people who attended this packed 4th of July party have tested positive. In Georgia, an outbreak at an overnight YMCA camp. 85 campers and staff members testing positive, shutting it down, leading to more concerns about sending children back to school this fall. On Sunday, Secretary of Education Betsy DeVos insisting students return to school.
There is nothing in the data that would suggest that kids being back in school is dangerous to them.
But the CDC says without mitigation measures, full-sized in-person classes pose the highest risk for COVID-19 spread.
The start of the school year is just 6 weeks away here in Miami-Dade County. The superintendent has said it's possible for kids to return to in-person learning if the proper restrictions are followed. Whit?
All right, Victor Oquendo, thank you.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.